there, guys. So I have another video, and right now I'm showing you my very bare dining room wall. And I took everything off the wall and I filled in all of my holes with spackle. I repainted where I needed to. And right under the wall is my table. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make something nice and Christmassy to go onto this wall. I had baskets and dried florals hanging on my wall. I do like a little bit of a country decor, but I wanted to do something Christmassy. And I am really fortunate that I was able to salvage one of the windows from my childhood home before they were all replaced. I took one, and these were the old windows I grew up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a backing for it. And I love that Martha Stewart wrapping paper. It is so beautiful. Um, it's really thick. It's a lot thicker than normal wrapping paper, but it's really nice quality. And I just love the red and the green and the white. So I took a piece of poster board from Dollar Tree. It was only like 50 cents, I believe, because I just got one. And then I cut a piece of the wrapping paper to just fold around it and tape it down just like you see there. And this is just going to be the background for my window frame. And I love to decorate with window frames and architectural elements like that. And so there is the piece of poster board completely wrapped. And I'm going to attach it to my window frame. And I just secured it to the poster board with some scotch tape. So, but I was really fortunate to be able to have a window frame from, again, my childhood home. That is the back of it. And I'm just going to secure this to it now, just using upholstery tacks because I have a lot of them. And because when I'm done with this, when Christmas is over, I can just get another piece of poster board and I can put another kind of wrapping paper on it for different seasons if I wanted to. And the upholstery tacks, they go in really easily, but they also come off pretty easy too. I just get one of my little scrapers and I just wedge it underneath and they pop right off. So I'm going to put a couple in all of the corners and a couple in the middle, and it's just going to be nice and secure, just like you see there. And that poster board was the perfect size for this, so I lucked out with that. I got pretty lucky that the poster board was the perfect size for this window frame. And we're going to turn it over and it looks so cute. Oh, I love that. And I had that wrapping paper on hand, guys. I got that wrapping paper a couple years ago, I think from Home Goods. And it is just so pretty. I love the plaid and I love the reds. And look at how it looks on my wall. So that wall's not so bare anymore. I think I might get a couple of swags, and I'm going to make a couple of swags in an upcoming video to go on either side of it. But that is how it looks. And I just took a wreath that I had, a small wreath that I had made last year. And I just attached a nail to the top of the frame. And I just hung it with some of that Merry Christmas ribbon that we got from Hobby Lobby. And you guys have seen that in a couple of my prior videos. But I just think that looks really cute and it was basically free. I had the frame, I had the wrapping paper, and I made that little wreath last year from a lot of scraps that I keep. That's why I always keep my scraps. And again, I just sprayed it with some of that silver glitter spray and I added some little small pine cones, and that's from last year. So unfortunately, I don't have a video on it, but that is a nice little handmade wreath. So this worked out really well. And if you don't have a window frame, but you wanted to do something like this, go to your Goodwills and they always have like some of those multi-frame picture frames, and you can do something really similar. So there's just, there's so much you can do. But it's one of those multi-frame picture frames. You can always find them at Goodwill. At least I can at my Goodwill. And you can do something really similar for very inexpensive to decorate one of your walls for Christmas. So moving on, I'm going to use some more of that paper. That is a little sled that my daughter Sarah had made when she was in Sunday school, when she was a little girl, and she had painted it red. And it had some decor on it, but over the years it's come off. Sarah's 30 now, and when she made this, I don't think she was more than maybe 11 or 12 years old. So it is a little aged, but it's special, and I've kept it because it's from my Sarah. So I'm just going to draw out and trace that wrapping paper to fit the top of this little sled because I will never part with this little sled. I love to keep stuff that my kids have made for me. And I'm just going to cut out the paper to fit the top part of that little sled. The top part of the sled was a little damaged just from, because she had like some things glued to it. Because again, she made this in Sunday school. And, over the years, it's about 20 years old, it got a little damaged. So we're just going to cover that on up with this pretty piece of Martha Stewart wrapping paper, and it's going to go with the window frame, and you guys are going to see how it all ties in. It's going to be really cute, so I hope you guys like this. So I'm just going to get some Mod Podge, and I'm just going to Mod Podge it on there. But I got that Martha Stewart wrapping paper, guys, from Home Goods, I believe, and it was a nice big roll. And it is just so pretty. I still have half the roll. I mean, it's great. It's really nice quality wrapping paper. But remember, Dollar Tree sells some pretty attractive wrapping papers too. They have a nice plaid one out this year that looks very similar to this. Now it is thin, so you'll have to, use a little care with it. It's just regular wrapping paper. This wrapping paper that I'm using, honestly, it is a little thicker than most wrapping paper. It's very nice quality, but you could use regular wrapping paper as well, and I'm sure it would turn out just fine. So just smoothing it out as much as I can. I am going to take that little sanding block, and I got that from Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just going to sand the edges and get off any little excess. And I remembered my glasses in this video, so I was very proud of myself. I remembered to wear my glasses. Sometimes I just forget. I just forget, and I'm looking at something and I'm like, gosh, I can hardly see it. Should probably put my glasses on. So I'm happy when I remember to keep them nearby. So I'm just Mod Podging over it now just to give it some protection because it is going to go on my table, and I just want it to be able to last as long as I can get it to last. So Mod Podge is a nice protectant. So it's all dry now, and it doesn't bother me that the Mod Podge sometimes dries with some little crinkles. It doesn't bother me at all. So I am going to hit this with a little bit of that Rust-Oleum glitter silver spray, and I think it turned out so pretty. Sarah, if you're watching this, Mommy really hopes that you like it. And that's how I decided to style it, guys. It's on my table underneath the frame that we just made. And I put some little deer that I got half off last year from Hobby Lobby. I have a couple little votive candles with some faux candles inside. I got those faux votive candles from Dollar Tree. The crystal votive holders, I had those as well. I just got the little tree from Hobby Lobby. I put that there, and a couple little ornaments from a Dollar Tree because it's got like a little bit of a rustic element to it, and I wanted to go with that. And then going up, you can see where it ties in with the frame and that sparkly wreath. So we got the sparkles on the wreath and we got the sparkles on the sleigh. And I just think this looks so cute. This made me so happy. I love that Martha Stewart wrapping paper. It is so beautiful. And just showing you how it looks with the lights off because I love candlelight. But when I put candles around my decor, I do use a lot of the faux candles just as a safety precaution. So just putting that out there. But so this is just a tray that I got from the Dollar Tree Plus aisle earlier this year. It was part of my coffee bar for fall, and as you can see, some coffee from my Keurig did splatter onto it. So it's stained, and I decided I'm going to turn this into a nice, pretty little Christmas tray because one, I already have a fall tray. So this was my second fall tray. So I still have a fall tray that had been my mom's. And this was the fall tray that I bought from, again, the Dollar Tree Plus aisle this year. And I decided that I'm going to make myself a Christmas tray because I don't have a Christmas tray. I do now. But I just took some of that white craft paint. That's just regular white craft paint that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's only 49 cents for that particular brand. And I just put 3 coats of it onto this tray here. And I painted the entire tray. It did take 3 coats, but that's okay. It turns out really pretty, guys, and I hope that you guys really like this. I was just really happy to use that wrapping paper because I'm using what I had on hand. I didn't spend hardly any money on these projects. I already had a lot of these items, and now I'm just making them suitable for Christmas. And they tie in together, so it just makes, my kitchen look all cute and, I don't know. I'm not a big matchy person, but this really made me happy. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. Um, but I think it turns out really nice. And I didn't use like a bowl or anything for my paint when I was painting. I just dumped it onto the tray like you guys saw because we're going to cover that. So I wasn't worried about it. And I do use a blow dryer in between coats to help things dry a little faster because this did take 3 coats to completely cover it. And what I'll do in between coats, guys, like you just saw, is that if something, if I'm drying it and I see like, a little bit of brown coming through, I just took a little bit of paint on my paintbrush and I just went over it and then just hit it again with the blow dryer. And it turns out really nice. So that's after 3 coats, so it's all dry now. So I'm taking again that beautiful wrapping paper. Look at how vibrant that is. Oh my gosh, it's so vibrant. It just screams Christmas, and at least in my opinion it does. I think it's so pretty. But I put a little bit of a lip around the bottom part of the tray. I painted a little bit of the bottom part with some white paint just to give myself a little bit of grace in case I didn't cut my wrapping paper perfectly to the shape of this. So that way, all you would see is a little bit of white coming through. You wouldn't see like any of the fall design coming through. So just showing you that I did cut the paper a little big at first because I didn't want to cut it too small. So I'm going to go through and just trim it now and then just make it fit as close as I can. And that fit almost perfect. And that's why, again, I painted a little bit of a lip around the edges there, just in case the paper didn't quite fit perfectly. You just saw the white and not the old fall decor. So that worked out well. Sometimes you just have to give yourself a little bit of grace with your projects. Give yourself a little room for error. It's not a big deal. And just taking some Mod Podge again, and then just I'm going to Mod Podge the paper to the tray And then we're just going to cover the entire tray with the Mod Podge. And that will secure it, and it will also add a protective element to the paint as well. So just showing you how I got it to fit. At first, I was having a little bit of a hard time thinking, okay, how am I going to lay this in there? Because it doesn't like to move. Once it hits the Mod Podge, it doesn't like to move. So I tried to get it as perfect the first time I laid it down as possible. So I just folded it and kind of put it down the middle seam like you saw. But look at how pretty those colors are with the white. And I know if you're thinking, well, why didn't you paint the sleigh white? I didn't paint the sleigh white because my Sarah had made that little sleigh in Sunday school, and they got to choose what colors they painted their sleighs, and Sarah chose red. So I was not going to change that. I wanted to keep the color that my little girl had chose. So that's why I let the sleigh stay red, because that's what Sarah picked. But I love the way this wrapping paper looks up against the white frame and up against the white tray now. I do think it is so beautiful. And when I saw that wrapping paper, oh my goodness, it was like a beacon. Because I told you guys I was born on Christmas Eve. So whenever I see combinations of red and green, it's like a beacon. I just run to it. Oh goodness, whatever. It's okay. It's all good. So it's still drying, and I decided to add a little embellishment to it by wrapping some twine around the handles, because I just thought, again, I wanted to bring in a nice like rustic element to the tray to go with the window frame and to go with the little sleigh that we did. Because the window frame is old, and you can, when you really look at it like up close, like in person, you can see where some of the paint is chipped. So it's got a little bit of a rustic element to it. And then on our sleigh, we put the deer with our little rustic ornaments around the edges, and that's got a little bit of a rustic element with the burlap bag around the Christmas tree on the sleigh. So I said, well, I want to carry that on over to the tray as well. So that's why I decided to wrap the little handles with some twine. And I get my twine from Dollar Tree as well. Nice big ball of twine. It's wonderful. It goes so far, and I use it for so many things. So I really hope you guys are liking this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for subscribing to my little channel. I'm so proud of my little channel. It's really growing, and it makes me so happy. And you guys are like just so nice and so sweet, because I get some of the nicest comments. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm just a housewife. All my kids are grown and gone, and I love to craft, and I've got 2 crazy dogs, and I've got 3 crazy cats, and this is just what I like to do. So thank you guys so much for being here. It really means a lot to me. So just gonna wrap it around, and I did secure a little bit of it with some hot glue. Like every few wraps, I did put like a little drop of hot glue just to, secure it so it wouldn't unravel or anything like that. And I know that you can see the little knot that we started with up there, guys, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. You'll see in a moment that it still looks really nice, and little things like that don't bother me. I don't go for perfection. I know I'm a little bit of a stickler with my bows. I don't know why. My bows, they'll keep me up at night, okay? But other things, as long as it looks nice and neat, I don't worry too much about it. So now this is optional, okay? I take a lighter and I just very carefully burn off all of those crazy fibers that come with using twine. Twine has all those crazy fibers that stick off all over the place. I take a lighter and I very carefully burn them off. Now, please do not let children do this. Okay, I have to say that. You guys know that I have to say that. Please do not let children do this. So, and if you're going to do it, please be careful. So just showing you how it looks, and I did the other side the same there as well. And our little tray is all done. And I'm going to show you how I designed it, how I decorated it. I missed the strand. Okay, now we're good. But I love those colors, guys. And that's just how I decorated it, guys. It's right next to my little coffee bar, and we have coffee, we have hot chocolate, we have hot tea. We love our hot drinks in the winter time, and it's just so cozy and wonderful. And again, I kept everything together. I'm using the same ribbon around my little coffee container there. And that just makes everything cohesive. And, you know, just paying attention to detail goes a long way. And I just put those little frosted cranberries. Now, I got those little frosted cranberries last year from the Dollar Tree Plus aisle as well. And then those are just my little holly tea cups with the little saucers. And I just think this turned out really cute, guys. And, you know, that was just that little tray. It had a little damage on it from the coffee that splattered on it that I showed you in the beginning. And look what we did to it. I think it turned out really great. And I really hope that you guys liked watching this video. And I just wanted to show you all the wonderful teas that Celestial Seasonings has out. I love hot tea. I've been drinking it for years. My sister Linda introduced me to hot tea when I was 12. So I love my hot teas. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I hope I gave you some ideas on how to freshen up maybe some old things you have laying around that you want to freshen up for the holidays. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.